Welcome back. Today we're really ripping the lid off the prestige 5-liter stainless steel pressure pan. We've got some detailed sources, mainly critical product reviews, and we're focusing on those claims about induction compatibility and the alpha-based tech they talk about. Our goal here isn't just marketing fluff. We want to get to the real story so you can make a smart choice.
Yeah, and what really jumps out from the user feedback is this tension. You've
Yeah.
got stainless steel, great for durability, but they're trying to make it work perfectly on modern induction cooktops. It's aiming high, but that introduces complexity.
Okay, so let's unpack the basics first. The specs. It's 5 liters, stainless steel body, gasket release system, handle seam solid, double screws. But the big claim, the main event, is that it's induction ready because of this alpha base.
Right. And that base is key context for you. See, stainless steel, uh, most types anyway, aren't magnetic, so no go-on induction usually. The alpha base is their fix. It's basically a layer of magnetic material bonded, like fused, onto the bottom. That's what lets the pan heat up on an induction hob. It's clever engineering solving a real problem. But like you said, any specialized solution like that, well, it can have its own issues.
Seems good on paper, definitely. But the reviews, they almost immediately flag a major trade-off. It's not just about features, it's like basic physics.
Exactly. The big complaints are size and weight, straight up. If you're just cooking for one, maybe two people, this thing is massive, total overkill. Like using a cement mixer for a cake batter. And that weight, especially when it's full of food and water, it's not just awkward. The sources mentioned it's heavy enough that you could easily scratch or, even damage a glass or ceramic cooktop if you're not careful setting it down.
Okay, and this is where it gets really interesting for me, because it seems to fly in the face of the whole durable steel idea. People on forums are reporting chipping or damage on the base with stainless steel.
That's the crucial bit, yeah. Because stainless steel doesn't really chip. It might scratch, it might dent if you drop it hard.
Right.
But chipping, that points directly at the bonding of that alpha base layer. It strongly suggests that maybe under heat stress, especially that fast, intense heat from induction cooking, cycle after cycle, those two different metal layers are, well, failing, separating at the join. And if that happens, the whole induction compatibility thing goes out the window. It undermines the core promise.
Wow, okay. So, breaking this down for you listening, when does this pan actually make sense? When is it a solid buy?
Look, if you've got a larger household, say 4 to 6 people,
Yeah.
and you're regularly cooking big things, rice for everyone, big stews, tough meat curries, and critically, if you primarily use induction or you need that flexibility between gas and induction, then yeah, the size and the even heating are genuinely useful there.
Right, but on the flip side, you should probably skip it if.
If budget's tight, definitely.
Yeah.
It's pricier than aluminum if you cook smaller amounts, or if you just physically don't want to wrestle with a heavy pot. But there's another huge factor the sources bring up, something completely separate from how well it cooks, and that's service and parts.
Yeah, the regional support issue.
Exactly. This isn't a simple pot. It has specialized parts. The gasket, the pressure regulator, maybe even the handles aren't standard. So you absolutely have to ask yourself, if something breaks, like that gasket wears out, how easy is it to get a replacement where I live? Are there service centers nearby? Are parts readily available, or are they always on back order? Because if you can't get a simple, cheap gasket replacement quickly, that fancy, expensive stainless steel cooker, it just becomes a heavy, unusable piece of metal. Seriously, the local supply chain is almost as important as the pan's build quality itself.
That's such a critical point. So the takeaway seems to be it looks good, has the features on paper, but you really need to weigh the cost, the heft, that potential base issue. And crucially, check out the local service situation before you even think about buying.
Right, and thinking about those chipping reports, that potential failure of the bonded base.
Hmm.
Here's something to really mull over. Was this pan fundamentally designed for gas cooking, where the heat is different, less intense maybe, and the alpha base is just sort of added on to tick the induction box for marketing? Or is it that the bonded base design itself, no matter how well made, just isn't quite up to handling the long-term thermal stress from powerful modern induction hobs? Figuring out why it might be failing. That could be the difference between buying a workhorse appliance and, well, a very expensive kitchen ornament.